Hi, Mike Dillard here, and I'm in our studio shooting a video for you because I'd like to share the most significant discovery that I've ever made during my 10-year history in the network marketing industry. And I call it the MLM Traffic Formula. And back in 2006, I was quietly using this strategy to get some pretty incredible results from my little bedroom office that I worked out of at the time. Now, it was essentially, I guess, a strategic plan that allowed me to go from waiting tables to a seven-figure income. And many of you who've followed my work or been on my newsletter for a while kind of know that story. And this formula is what allowed me to do that. I was also generating probably about 300 leads a day for free using this formula. And it allowed me to just do some really amazing things in this industry. I won't bore you with those today, but the significant part about this is that it's been about 3 years since I revealed the traffic formula to the public in this big red binder right here, actually. This is probably will look familiar to many of you who have it on your bookshelves, and if you look at a lot of the big names in this industry when they're shooting videos, you'll probably notice this red binder in their library shelves as well. So it's been about 3 years, and we've had a lot of people asking, is it still relevant? Does it still work? Has anything changed? Well, we've absolutely continued to use the traffic formula in our business over the last 36 months, but we've obviously refined it and had to improve it to take advantage of all the new trends that are coming into the marketplace right now and the new technology, like the emergence of social networking and the prominence of video these days, which wasn't around back then. So what has happened? Well, here's the results. Now, since 2006, using the traffic formula, I have managed to build the second largest downline in my primary opportunity without making a single cold call or bugging any of my friends and family members, which was the intention or the entire goal way back when I set out to create the formula. And on average, we now generate well over 600 leads a day instead of 300 for free. And we've gone on to build a network of some very simple but powerful websites that get over 22,400 unique visitors every single day. It's quite a bit of traffic, much more than many of the big MLM companies out there themselves get. Now, in the last 12 months alone, from 2008, January 1st through December 31st, 2008, those little websites went on to produce over $4.4 million in additional revenue through multiple streams of income in addition to what I earned through my primary networking business. So, as you can see, not only does the traffic formula still work, but it's actually much more important and even more effective than it was even back in 2006. Much more important. So how was all of that possible? Well, that's what I'm actually going to give you today and what I'm going to reveal to you in this video. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just give you the entire traffic formula right now, okay? No strings attached. And I'm willing to do this because we are about to release a completely brand new, updated version of our strategy, which is creatively called MLM Traffic Formula 2. And it basically takes the same concepts that I'm going to share with you in this video right now, and it builds upon them even further. It incorporates all of the latest trends, all of the latest technology, and all of the latest techniques, and we are going to completely do the entire thing over from scratch and share all of the results and developments that we've taken over the last 3 years and just, change the industry one more time just like we did back then. So let's go ahead and get started, and if you don't have a pen and paper, I highly recommend that you get one. I'm going to be giving you probably the single most important business concepts that I've taken and learned over the last few years, and I'm just going to give them to you right now. So the first thing that we need to take into account is that the internet changed everything. And if that isn't obvious enough, I'm sure that's not a very profound statement. But for our industry in particular, it changed a lot of things because this industry had been built on tradition for many, many, many decades. Started with big companies like Amway, and there's a lot of tradition, there's a lot of training, there's things that have been handed down literally for years, and it's all been about, or through the spirit of duplication, I guess you could say. Whether it was the best thing to do or the most efficient thing to do was not really relevant. It was do as your upline tells you, and that's the way it's done, and this is tradition and how we build our business, right? Well, The internet came in and it kind of brought an end to that party. And it created a lot of problems, but it also created a lot of opportunities. And some of the big problems that we immediately faced are these. First and foremost, an increase in competition and information. Okay? These things went up. Thanks to Google Google AdWords, pay-per-click, search engines, whatever it may be, we saw a dramatic increase in the amount of competition that is now advertising right next to your ads, right on your doorstep, under your name, under your company's opportunity name. How many times do you type in the name of your company and then you see in Google AdWords and pay-per-click nothing but your competitors' ads, right? So that became relevant. And we saw an increase in the amount of information that's available to our prospects about your product, pricing information, competition pricing. Let's say you have a supplement, a nutrition supplement that you're selling, and it used to do very well word of mouth, and you used to hand out your cassette tape or your CD, and people learned about your product, they ordered, they got an auto ship, and that was pretty much the end of the process. But now when someone hands you something, you can get online and do all of your research on it. And lo and behold, well, hey, there's some guy at a big online nutrition store on eBay that's selling, the company's product for under your cost. Maybe they bought a bunch of it in bulk and they're just trying to get rid of it. Well, there's an increase of information available, increase in information when it comes to reviews about your company, your product, negative stuff, positive stuff. It's just much more, and that presents a new challenge that we have to deal with today thanks to the internet. The second challenge that we come to is a decrease in your product's attention spans. Or the ADD generation, right? With the internet, we want everything we want it right now. And the most valuable commodity in the internet age is attention, the attention of your prospects, their time, their eyeballs on your website. And with the advent of the internet, we have definitely seen a major decrease in the attention span of our prospects. And you have 2-3 seconds to grab their attention, to suck them into a process, and then to give them exactly what they're looking for, or boom, they're off to the next page. So we've had to become very, very efficient at delivering a message and information and value that is very relevant to our prospects, because it's not something you can take for granted anymore. It is a very valuable and rare resource. So that's something you have to take into consideration as well. Now, our third challenge is a decrease in customer retention rates. All right. And what I mean by that is a decrease in customer retention rate has to do with attention span, especially when it's someone who comes in as a business owner, or someone who wanted to try out the business opportunity. You have about 2 months to really get them involved in the entire process, in the community of your company, in the product itself, before they're gone. Because if they don't get the results that they want, one, through the product and consuming that, or two, results that they want from the business side of things, they're out of here, because they have so much more information and such a short attention span that something shiny and new, a new business opportunity, is going to catch their eye. They're going to find it on the internet, and they're going to be swayed by that because they're not getting the results that they currently want, or maybe they find a cheaper product that has even more vitamins and minerals to it, or whatever, better statistics on the back of the bottle. They're going to go elsewhere. So you have a very short amount of time to have these people become raving fans of you and your business and or your product, or they're gone. Obviously, a decrease in retention rate has a huge effect on the concept and effectiveness of residual income, because residual income can only be built over time by adding more and more customers, through a downline organization that continue to order product. And if these people are leaving as fast as they're coming, right? If your bucket is leaking out water